Hello, welcome to Shad Life. Yes, I finally got the Nukeproof Scout out to Monarch. So Paradise is right down there, the Paradise playground with the drops and jumps and all of that. Got a few runs through there with Jason, and I also got some follow cam footage of him through some of the really fun flowy swoop stuff. But I'm tired and I'm winded, as you can tell, so let's cut to that footage and then I'll talk about this bike for a minute. Oh, not the seat. This bike really likes to jump. Oh, that's the only one I didn't clear. And I know I'm not going to clear this big one, because I never do. Oh. Whew.
This thing's so tiny. I've been riding that e-bike that's an XL.
This bike likes the airtime, man. Ah. Trying to do follow cam is hard. Oh, off to the side. Again. I got most of it pretty good. Slow her down. Whew, that wasn't bad at all. That was not bad at all. Wow. I was expecting it to absolutely suck on a hardtail. But I feel like I knew after us talking to get my front end, you know, to try not to do that back wheel thing. Yeah.
This one's so steep on the landing that you can totally just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet, let's watch it.
Look at that footy in.
I also feel like for a Paradise playground I should run more pressure, because my back tire I run at like 24 and I notice it kind of washing out a little bit or squeezing, flexing for jumps and stuff. Better to have more pressure. try not to hit a tree this time.
I think Tony will like this way.
Oh, that is bumpy. Woo. Oh yeah, here's where I hit the tree. No wonder. It had hard left turn and I launched off it. Fun. Oh, this bike. Yeah. So easy to jump with it. It's just a nice light pull and it goes. That was nice and flowy. Woohoo!
This is my favorite kind right here.
Now we're catching up. Oh, a group. Whew. After all that climbing, I'm tired. Oh. So there you have it. That Paradise Playground here at Monarch is such a good place to test a bike like this. And then we went and rode the Paradise Trail and Ravine Rush for a little bit. A lot of that swoopy fun stuff. And so this bike likes speed, it likes fast and stuff, especially in its MX configuration. We got a bunch of riders coming, so I'm gonna pause until they go through. Must be like the high school racing teams or something, because there's like a whole bunch of them way down there. Wow. Busy place. So like what I was saying is, in this configuration with the 29er front wheel, the 27.5 rear wheel, it's pretty slacked out. I don't know if you can tell how slack it is. It's fairly close to being on level ground. And so it likes speed and it really likes jumps. Like pulling up the front end is so easy. It's just a nice like light pull on the handlebars as I go off the lip, and it just sends, and it's just super nice and effortless, and it's controlled and everything. Any mistakes that are made are all me, and that's certainly not the bike. So I love this configuration for a place like this where there's fast downhill bermy jump line runs and things like that. I did the drop on this bike, as you saw, and that was probably the best drop I did off of that drop. And I've done that drop on both my Rustler and on that Polygon Cisco T8 that I reviewed a few months ago. And the drop I did on this on a hardtail, believe it or not, was perfect. It felt so smooth. I was expecting it to feel so harsh on the hardtail, but it felt just like perfect. I'm so stoked on that. And it's just funny because my expectation of what was going to happen was completely different than what actually happened. And Jason and I talked about it before, and we were talking about how if you come off that drop and you drop your back wheel, you have a harder hit, and then your front wheels come slamming down. And what you really need to do is make sure you don't drop your back wheel. You make sure you just kind of let the bike do what it needs to do, natural flow, and come into that landing. And the tendency, just because it's pretty big, I want to say it's like 6 feet or higher. I don't know if it looks that big in the video, but it's pretty big. It's definitely taller than I am standing next to it. And your tendency is to think that you need to like cushion your fall, and you really don't, you know, or cushion your landing, not your fall. Well, you are technically falling, believe it or not. You're just doing a controlled fall. So this bike is sweet. I love how it feels. The next thing I'm going to do with this bike is I'm going to put 27.5 front rear. I'm going to leave the 120 fork on it. I think I'm going to measure axle to crown and make sure and see what the head tube angle ends up being. I want the head tube angle to be around 65. So if putting on a 27.5 front wheel, lowering the front end brings this to 65. Then I want to go ride it and see if it feels more like an all-around bike. I think the front end will feel a little lower because that's obviously going to drop the bars a little bit. So we'll see what I think about that, and so on and so forth. So that'll be the next thing to do. I'll probably just throw my carbon 27.5 wheels on it and go shred it again. So that is the plan. Hey, and we'll do some more rides with this bike. Sweet. And a huge thanks to Jason for coming out and filming with me. That was awesome. He was able to get some of those other views and angles. Stoked on that. And this was an awesome ride. Awesome bike. I really appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.